You're such a brat, Matt.
I told you I had a special video for you.
You know, I sat here for like 10 minutes fixing our intro.
I know.
You're a brat. But I love it.
Next week.
But I love it.
You should know better when you
hello, everybody, and welcome to the MNSpiritCast. As you saw by the
ParaCrew.
intro, it is a very special episode tonight because our hunters are not all together tonight. We are in two different places, and as you see right up here in the top, the traveling hunters, Cara and Brandon, are in PA with Matt and Mackenzie. So welcome to the show, everybody, and we are streaming from Pennsylvania, Texas, Washington, and Minnesota tonight. So we are all over the United States right now. So for everybody just hopping in, thank you. Welcome to the show. And we have a great show lined up for you tonight. Alicia is here with us from Eternal Paranormal. Hello and welcome to the show. Tonight we are featuring the ParaCrew Podcast. We got Matt, Lurker, and Squeekers, otherwise known as Squeaks, Peaches and Cream Lurker, and the consultants. We also have Mackenzie back there. Sorry, Mackenzie. So
I'm technically part of the ParaCast. I do help them sometimes when I don't do doubles on Wednesdays.
There we go.
But I've been doing doubles on Wednesdays at work recently, so I haven't been able to be here.
Guilty by association.
So to start off the show tonight, and like we said, it's a little bit different.
Save my
tonight.
butt.
It's a little bit different tonight. So let's start off with Cara and Brandon. You guys are in Pennsylvania right now. I suppose you guys are super tired. You've had a long drive ahead of you, but how does it feel to be with Matt and Mackenzie?
It is awesome being here.
Tell the truth.
But tired, and we got a little bit of a nap in after we got to the hotel. So, I mean, it's not too bad.
Okay. And for everybody watching right now, keep your eyes peeled throughout the week this week because there will be some special content from Minnesota Spirit Hunters tonight, or this week, sorry. And you can catch Cara and Brandon and Gracie with Matt and Mackenzie all week long. So keep your eyes peeled and check out what Minnesota Spirit Hunters and the consultants have going on. So everybody, welcome to the show. Matt, Lurker, Mackenzie, Squeaks, how we all doing?
Oh, I'm here.
Doing good.
I'm tired. I just got off work.
And as we see right now, Mackenzie is halfway between the wormholes, so there is technically two pieces of see, like you can't go all the way through. You're halfway in between.
He's got a doppelganger.
Look, there's Matt's arm right there. Wormhole.
Honestly, I don't know if the world could handle two of me. I know you couldn't.
Where Brandon and Cara are.
You could not handle if there was two of me.
Oh. Wait, does it do the thing again? Hold on.
Sorry, one second. Sorry, everybody.
Two skin tones. Short line.
We established this yesterday. For some reason,
Use
your
strong
camera.
hand.
I'm telling you, it's my webcam. Your webcam's better than mine, so it gives you like a lighter skin. I look like a ghost right now. He left and came back.
Wait, where did he go?
Sorry, we have some we have to move the car. Landlord needs his truck in the morning, so we got to move our car. So
Oh,
No,
So-
this doesn't work.
this doesn't work with Marcus. Darn.
hurry up.
Someone's alarm is going off.
All right, and now we continue on
That was
with the
mine.
show.
I turned it off.
Once again, let's go ahead and get into this because we have a great show lined up for you guys tonight. And our hosts, Cara and Brandon, are there in Pennsylvania with Matt and Mackenzie, and Gracie is there as well. So let's kick off the show by hearing a little bit from Matt on the ParaCast, which used to be the ParaCrew Podcast, or the ParaCrew Podcast, which used to be the ParaCast,
There you
which
go.
started out as something else. It started out as something else, didn't it? So let's hear a little history about the ParaCrew Podcast.
So, I got to do this because I can hear myself. So originally, when I decided to start doing, we started doing the consultancy. I wanted to start doing like some how-to videos to kind of start maybe a YouTube channel or something like that. I didn't know what I really wanted to do. And I started doing like just how-tos in cemeteries, how to look for locations, how to investigate, just random stupid videos. And they were bad. Nobody go see them. Seriously.
Take my word for it. Don't watch. No, I'm kidding.
No, I will agree with that.
No, they're all great. And then play them with him in the room, and then he'll get even more like creeped out about it because he doesn't like to hear his own voice. So how to freak out the consultant, make him listen to his own videos.
And how to piss off the consultant. Do not talk about ghosts of interest.
Just Zach specifically.
Marcus,
don't talk about Zach.
Marcus found that out last night.
We learned the hard way last night.
But we started doing that, and then it went to, hey Liz, and then it went to just random videos of just chit-chatting, hanging out, talking in my car, actually, before I had my truck. And I was just driving around, just chatting with people. And that's when I met up with
It was in all your cars, your Pontiac, and then your...
It wasn't the Pontiac.
Yeah, it was.
Ford.
No, you did videos in your Pontiac, too.
You had a Pontiac?
Did I?
Yeah, you had the old white one that you hated.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that POS.
Yeah. Your POS Pontiac.
I hated that thing.
You had a Pontiac?
I really hated that thing.
No, he hated it. It literally was a POS.
But that's when I started meeting up with Scott Fedora.
That's when you met me.
And yeah, that was right about the time I met you.
The POS is when he met me.
And Scott said, hey, you have something here. And he said, you should probably do something. Thanks, Brian.
That does explain a lot. That's also why right now he has a POS truck.
Hey, get my truck out of it.
Hey, until you get it fixed, it's a POS.
But he said to have something more structured. And he said, set a time, every week and start doing this. And he said, you have something. I said, okay. And he said, you just got to have a guest and everything like that. And him and I just started chatting. I said, you know what? Why don't you be my first guest? And he was, and then I was his first guest. And it just kind of snowballed from there. And that's when the ParaCast came about. And these two headaches, no. I love those two. They approached me separately and said, hey, we really want to start our own do our own podcast. We would you help us out? And I said, you know what? I said, why don't you jump on as my co-hosts? I said, just come on, we'll chat, we'll hang out, have some fun. And I think Squeekers, you found it out, right? You found out. I can't hear her. What?
I'm laughing about the darn comments.
Oh, I'm watching.
Oh.
And now this.
So before we move any further, let's not ignore this. Everybody, what is going on, Lurker, with your name tonight?
The story behind that was I was coked up on 3 cans of energy drink at work before I got off. I started at 2, and I was just like this all night long. And I started filling with some artwork on Canva, and I sent it to Matt and Squeakers, and they're like, "What the heck?" So it gave me the idea of peaches and cream Lurker. So yeah.
Oh, good word.
I was wondering about that. I was half asleep when I saw that crap.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining. Everybody who is just jumping in tonight, we are featuring the ParaCrew Podcast. You can catch that every Wednesday and Friday night. Amazing panel, amazing hosts, except for that guy named Matt. Nobody likes him. And let me show you the way to Matt's heart. If you want something from Matt, go to Matt, and then once you get that, don't talk to him anymore. That's the way to his heart. Just kidding, man.
I was gonna say, you want to talk about another surprise, or do you want to wait for that?
No, what were you asking earlier, though, too?
We have a whoa.
That was a close up.
We have a amazing surprise for everybody, including Minnesota Spirit Hunters tonight. But we'll get into that later into the show because we don't want to start off with that. We want to strictly focus on the ParaCrew Podcast tonight. And we want some history on this show. It's a great show. And like I said, you guys can catch it every Wednesday and Friday night. Wednesday, what's the time for it, guys? Wednesdays is 7 and then 9 p.m. on Friday, which is Eastern time. So you can catch it twice a week. If you miss anything, link is running across the bottom right there. That is the Facebook page. And then later on, we'll post up the YouTube page within our social media. So there's the link for you. Now, to kind of get a little bit further deeper in, Matt, you kind of covered this already, but how did you find time to be able to do a weekly podcast with everything that is going on?
Well, originally it started out as just Friday nights, and my schedule just allowed it. My employer let me do it, and I started getting more views, and then it started becoming more people wanting to jump on. So Fedora again said, maybe start a second show. And I was like, well, I don't know when I can do that. And the only day off I really had from my previous employer was Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I could probably do like an early Wednesday show. And 7 o'clock just seemed like a good time, just because, especially on the East Coast, by 7, everyone's usually had their dinner, sitting down, relaxing. And I just figured the middle of the week, it's not too bad.
Exactly. Absolutely. So if you guys notice, upon the tops of 3 of our panel's heads right now are the Minnesota Spirit Hunters hats. Beautiful. Put that back on, please.
I told you he's going to regret having us on.
Please give it back to him.
No.
Anyway, the link is down below. The link is down below.
She gave him a nose wedgie. Did you see that?
A wedgie?
A nose wedgie with the hat.
Thumbnail.
Cara, Brandon, you're in for a treat this week.
I should have screenshot that. Darn it.
And I'm sober. See, Squeakers, it's not your just getting you to snort on the show. Now it's these two that are right here.
Good.
Well, I won't forget about you.
Huh?
I won't forget about you.
That sounds kind of stockish, man. I'm just kidding.
Well, heck, Marcus thought I was outside of his house the other night.
Wouldn't surprise me, man. They really wouldn't.
Marcus, do we have to have a conversation after the show about that?
It has the dress on it.
I mean, he don't have a vehicle, so I don't know how he's getting there, but
I'll walk.
That'll take you some time. Anyway, so if anyone is interested in any merchandise, we have hats, hoodies, t-shirts, whatever you need. We got some amazing coffee cups and all kinds of different merchandise. So the link is down below. Go ahead, check it out, and get yourself some equipment or merchandise right now. So let's see. What do we got for you here? So a little bit about the transition between the ParaCrew or the ParaCast and the ParaCrew Podcast. Why was it necessary to change the name of the podcast? And did you have to change a lot of stuff when you changed the podcast over?
Squeakers, you were the one, so you tell the side.
So we were all excited. We were getting everything ready to go, and I was looking through Facebook, and all of a sudden the ParaCrew fan club popped up, and I was like, what? And I was like, oh, okay, this could be some trouble. And so I looked at it, and I double checked the dates, and sure enough, this person had a name like far before we did. So I was like, okay, we got to do something about it. So it's basically just because another person had the name, we had to change it. Because I didn't want to step on any
We
toes.
don't want to be straight down.
No, that's a
Exactly.
big no-no.
Straight down like lightning.
You don't want
Yeah.
to go to Facebook jail.
$500 for the lightning.
Yep.
L to the no-no.
Yes. So, I mean, when it comes to doing a podcast, it may seem like it's not a lot of work or not much required to do a podcast, but there's actually a lot of things that you got to look into before you even think about doing a podcast. It's a lot of work.
Mhm.
For one, you got to be able to find a steady, consistent, and willing guest every single week. You got to make sure that you are.
That's not true. I don't have guests on my show.
That is true. That is true. And there are several
Sorry.
types of
I've never
there's
seen her
several
like
types
this.
of podcasts. There are some podcasts where it's just the host and only the host talks about certain subjects and stuff. But as in the case of the ParaCrew Podcast, the MNSpiritCast, you need to make sure that you're able to hold to a schedule of your guests. You're able to do it at certain times, and if you're not able to do it at the time, you got to figure out how you reschedule. You got to break the news to the guests and all of that. It's a lot of work. So, the ParaCrew Podcast, I suppose you guys have a system.
Well, kind of.
It's not a system.
I
It's
only-
organized chaos.
Hey, I wasn't the only one that fluffed it up. One time. All it
He's
takes.
the
One
type
time.
of guy that would call you in the morning
He
or
will call you
during
out.
the day, and you're just like sleeping still.
Like, what? What did I do?
I mean, there's been guests for there's at least a half a dozen shows, if not more, I can think of where I didn't know who the guest was, and then we were trying to figure out who scheduled them. We're like, who scheduled this? Oh,
Well, that's the fun part, though. I mean, it's you definitely never know what you're gonna
so
expect.
as far as that goes, the whole reason I said that I don't have guests on my show is because I don't. It's usually just me and Squeakers talking. I would like to have guests on my show. It's just a matter of I'm not big enough like Matt to get people like super interested in my show right now to want to be guests.
I'm interested.
So it's kind of like I'm basically on my own. It's just me and Squeakers talking to each other.
And I actually got the pleasure to be Mackenzie and Squeaker's guest last night. And I definitely recommend everybody to go and check out Creepy Cryptids. The link is going to be running down below here in just a minute when I find it. There it is. Go check out Creepy Cryptids. It when is your show, Mackenzie? It airs every...
It's every Monday, and I did change the time. It's at 9 p.m. on Mondays, since I work like 5 days a week, and I don't really have time to research stuff. It gives me more time to do last-minute things.
Yes.
I'm getting better though, so I'll start helping more on that for the research part of it. Just had to take me a moment, and I'm getting there.
You know, while we're on this subject, Squeakers, let's pinpoint you for a minute here. How do you manage 2 podcasts and all that you do for the paranormal field? You're a huge asset in the paranormal field, and everybody knows that. You're very helpful when it comes to a lot of things. How do you manage 2 podcasts 3 times a week and all of this? Like, how do you manage all this at once?
You know, sometimes it can be stressful. I'm not gonna lie, but I love doing it. It's something that's part of me and a lot of others and these guys, and it's just something that I like doing and something I'll continue doing as long as I don't get too burned out. But I got some pretty big plans coming up, and just excited to be able to help. And that's pretty much all I want to do, is be able to help people. I grew up not being able to really, I didn't feel like I could talk to anybody like a lot of people have that feeling. And our generation we didn't really have Google up until like the late 90s, I think it was. early 90s. And so there was nothing really out there like there is now. And now that we have these platforms, like I keep telling Matt and Lurker and Kenzie, it's a spiritual, oh God, what do you call those? I just went, whew! See, I have these moments too every so often. It's a support group is basically what we are, what everybody
Support
is.
system.
Yes. And to me, that is brilliant. And there's so many different ones that people have a variety of who they can speak with and who they feel comfortable with and should not feel alone anymore. So I appreciate that a lot. And that's something that I don't want ever to go down. So
Absolutely.
And Dom, before that, it was, I don't know if you guys remember, but Ask Jeeves. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, I remember Ask Jeeves.
Commercials on TV for that.
Oh yeah.
Jeeves was an idiot. Hated Jeeves. Just like the little Microsoft paperclip guy.
I hated that thing. I used to beat up my computer and be like, get the
We might have had Google in the 90s, but it was on dial-up.
yes.
AOL.
I remember AOL and the paperclip guy. I didn't like him.
I hated that thing.
At one point, and he reappeared.
Get on my mother freaking nerves, man. I would be like, thank you. If I can like knock it off the screen, I would. Now you guys know what gets on my nerves.
Literally at one
Freaking
point.
invisible thing. I can flick it off my screen.
R.I.P.
Sorry, Brandon,
R.I.P. Paperclip guy.
Right? Nope. He just get like kicked with my finger like off the screen if I could, you know? Seriously.
I threw him in the trash.
Nice. Be nice to the paperclip guy.
No, it was
And then
annoying.
got back on my computer though, and I got so mad. I thought I deleted everything, like the program and everything. But no, he got back.
I'd be in the middle of typing, all of a sudden he'd pop up, and I'd be like, "You son of a beep!" I wish we could honestly do that.
Marcus, you knew what you were getting into.
He leaves.
Oh, yeah? You gave me control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see how it is.
Cara and Brandon, you guys look like super tired right now. What's on your minds right now?
Not much. Sitting here, chilling with Matt and Mackenzie and enjoying the show and having fun.
Scott, this one.
Well, then you can have that one.
No, this is his.
Yeah, you can have that one. Mountain Dew.
He don't share those with anybody, so you should feel privileged.
Thank you.
You don't even share those with me.
It's a Pennsylvania tradition.
I would hand it back to him. I'll hand it back to him.
Thank you. Appreciate it,
There you
Raymond.
go.
Thanks. Three
Raymond,
tops.
you'll ruin it. Shh.
You don't even know about it.
Don't say anything, Raymond. It's a surprise. Yes, it
No, I
is.
need
I said, Raymond, you'll ruin it.
You don't even know.
I
You
don't
did
care.
good,
I know
Dina. You could
told
handle
me it
it.
was a surprise, though. So that's
See-
why I'm saying, shh, it's a surprise.
See, right back in the day, that little paperclip thing would come up right about now and be like, "Bing! You need help."
That's all she's going to talk about for the next week is this damn paperclip.
Started.
Leave
No.
the paperclip guy alone. He's just doing his job,
Right?
trying to find its
think I
meaning in
I
life.
think I figured out a new thing for a video.
Do not
Stop
find
it.
that paperclip.
No, please don't.
You know, that's going to be the new trademark of the ParaCrew Podcast. The paperclip.
The paperclip podcast.
He's gonna be in
Thank you,
the video.
He is cryptic.
She had to be on the show tonight.
Oh God.
Raina.
Hi, Raina.
What do we do? We throw up.
She smiled. Raina smiled. She's contemplating. She's contemplating. You saw that, right, Matt? She was contemplating.
Oh,
She
boy.
smiled. It's like, okay.
She's got that evil
Oh,
smile. I
Yeah,
love it.
you know, this is never gonna come to an end, and I already know it.
No.
So we got a
I'm just
lot of
waiting for
people
that
in the
one
comments here
time.
with us. We got Raymond Newsom, we got Liz, we got
Dina.
Dina. Okay, I was gonna say I do not want to butcher this name right here.
Shaw woman.
Shaw woman. Okay.
Yes.
You're like very obnoxious, you know that?
See, Daddy, that's my job.
Hey, Alicia, don't let her smile fool you. I know before you did. Nanner. All right, guys. Well, let's move on because we have a lot to cover about the ParaCrew Podcast tonight. And I know you guys say it's a podcast, how much could there be to talk about? But there's a lot to talk about every single platform in the paranormal field right now. So, Lurker, you actually joined the ParaCrew Podcast late of 2021, correct?
Late in 2021. It was like December? I
It
think
was early December.
early December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you said before you and I have talked. You're not the most comfortable on camera, or
No,
is
I
that
am
you,
not.
Squeaks?
Both of them.
So both of you, how did you guys actually? How were you guys able to overcome that stage fright? Even though you're on one side of the camera, you're talking to your computer or whatever. You're talking to a lot of people. How did you guys overcome this?
Matt throwing us out there to the wolves. Pretty much that's how we did it.
You guys are pieces of meat.
That and friendship. Being
Yep.
able to talk to each
Yep.
other and open up about fears and stuff, and just basically holding each other liable.
Well, here's the thing. We talk about this a lot in the paranormal field. It's all about the support. You guys were there to support each other. Matt, you were there to support Squeekers and Lurker with the stage fright. And even though you did Adam and they became a part of the ParaCrew Podcast, you were there to walk through everything with them and help them become comfortable with being on camera. Now, is it still a little frightening to do these shows, or how do you guys feel about doing podcasts now?
I would have never dreamed in a million years I would be hosting my own podcast. I mean, I'm still learning how to deal with multiple peoples on one panel on the podcast. I can only do like one at a time right now. But Matt likes me to take a big step, and I'm like, brah, baby steps. Slow down, cowboy.
No.
And you guys can check out Lurker's weekly podcast. The link is down below, and it's also in the description. It is called WTF Is That Podcast. And Lurker, let's get a little content on your podcast. What is your podcast?
It's a reaction podcast, so we can react to like funny things and bloopers and upticks. It doesn't have to be necessarily paranormal. It can be, but you don't find too many of those, so that's basically what it is. I bring on a guest and we react together along with the audience. Also reacts with us on these videos. They would also engage with us too as well. And I am going to be going on live after this show, of course, but not right now.
Okay. Awesome.
Pretty much that sums up my podcast show.
And when and where can we catch your podcast?
Tuesday at 7 p.m. Of course, I had to do my show on Monday. Oh, hold on. Excuse me, alarm. There you go. Okay, as I was saying, you can catch me on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time Zone. Go according to y'all's time zones. I had to do my show on Monday because I had to accommodate the guests. So sometimes you have to accommodate guests.
Yes.
So I'm not doing a show today because I'm on here with you guys.
Okay. Well, And we do appreciate you guys you guys carving a little bit of time out of your night to do this show with us. It's an honor every time we can get you guys on here. We love having you guys on here. And I do have to say that the ParaCrew Podcast has a great administration team. You guys are amazing. Matt, don't let your head get too big. But
Too late.
yeah. Little too late, yeah. Just really.
This is actually a wide angle.
I still want Lurker on my show, so I might have to do my show either a Tuesday or Wednesday to have Lurker on.
That's Mr.
I would
Dio.
love it. I'll be honored to be on your show.
Give me 1 second.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Actually, Wicked Consultant here. She says I have a big head anyway. Like physically.
Is this not like
You do got a big head. I hate to break it to you, but you got a big head. You just got to come clean.
he doesn't need an inflated ego? He already has a huge ass head.
Well, there's
Maybe that's where your ego is. That's why your head's so
I'm
fucking
sorry,
big.
Matt.
For everybody watching right now, viewer discretion is advised.
Oh, yes.
Everybody knows that when they get me involved in a show, that should just be my banner.
Viewer discretion is
It makes the
advised.
show. It makes the show
I'm on
interesting
a
though
show.
when you're around.
Anybody gets me on their show, just so you know, put viewer discretion as advised.
I agree with Brian. So much happening here.
you knew
I'm just
what-
glad he's making it through the show with this crew. Oh, good lord.
We're a hot mess.
I at
Let's
least
just
try
say
to stay
that.
on topic. I don't go off topic much.
And that's the thing. When it comes to podcasts like Minnesota SpiritCast, ParaCrew Podcast, we like to have a lot of fun on our podcast. Sometimes there is a little bit of immaturity, but that's just who we are. You know, when it
I feel like he's
No,
calling my
not at all.
podcast not fun.
Sometimes.
yeah, sometimes. No, the way I've always looked at it is even while we're investigating, as Minnesota Spirit Hunters, you have no idea how many scenes we have to cut out of our episodes because we're goofing around.
What was it? What was it? The one live that we did up at the bunkers in Williamsport, and I threw a snowball at you in the live, and I smacked you right in the face with it.
Mhm.
That was on live. I smacked him right in the face with a snowball.
Oh, yes.
The love is going through the lens into the Minnesota SpiritCast.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Immature? Nah.
Nah,
Nah, never.
we're all professional.
Irene says, hi, I'm at the hospital now because I have a doctor's appointment. Just saying hi to everyone. Lots of prayers to you. Hopefully everything's okay. And thank you for hopping on the show and showing your support tonight. So anybody who's just tuning in, we got the ParaCrew Podcast on with us tonight. Amazing panel right now. And we're just kind of digging a little deep into the ParaCrew Podcast and everybody else's podcasts who is on here on the panel with us here. So anybody in the audience, if you guys have questions for anybody on the panel here, feel free to drop them. We'll do the best we can to answer those for you. Hi, I'm assuming this is Victor. Hello. And thank you for joining. I know
Marcus.
she's over on Facebook.
Marcus. That's a street name.
Marcus. What up, Marcus?
That's his gangster name.
That's my gangster name, huh?
That's if he walking around Philly.
They haven't called
It's
you
not Marcus,
Marcus yet.
it's Marcus.
Yo, Marcus.
Right, or
Marcus,
Marcus.
soda gang. Soda gang.
I
We found the
I'm-
merch.
I secretly belong in Chicago, Illinois.
You guys could have dropped him off, you see?
Why? Because never mind.
You would.
I know where she was going with that.
I almost said it.
Gangster name. That's my gangster name. Marcus.
Marcus.
Brendan and Kara, how do you guys like starting out an investigation?
Setting everything up before we take off.
I think coming up with a plan and doing setup is probably the biggest part of any investigation. Because from there, throughout the whole rest of it, then you have pretty much an idea of what you're going to do.
Yeah, I like the idea of having camera angles set up before you get started, so you catch everything.
Mm-hmm. And before each investigation that we do, we always have a plan, a team plan, and how things are going to go. Once we get to the investigation, some things may change a little bit, but we usually have a plan of who's attending, what parts that we need to focus on the most. We figure out where we're going to put our base, all of that. So, I mean, it's all a matter of a system. When you go to an investigation, you got to have a structured system and make sure everybody's on the same page in order for it to go smoothly. That's what I have to say.
Pretty much.
Agreed.
So, I agree with Raymond. Lurker, you trying out stripper names?
Maybe. Who knows? It could be my moonlight job.
Moonlight job? Is that why you're lurking all the time?
Yeah. Could be. Who knows?
He's lurking to find his next victim.
So I just saw your name change.
Oh, thanks, Dominic. Appreciate it. And Liz says hi, Kara.
Hi, Liz.
I guess it's because I'm in your video, so you get the 18 plus section.
18 plus.
Do I get the 21 plus section here?
I mean, that's the banner I have at the start of all my shows is 18 plus. The Karens can't come after me.
All right, Alicia, just to clarify, Alicia, are we talking essential oils or baby oils?
Massage.
Massage oil.
Oh Lord.
I'm confused. I'm confused on your question.
Yes.
Or are we talking about the soapies like you got in
Soapies. So much fun.
in Thailand?
I think we've already discussed that, didn't we? Talk about soapies?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think we did on your show.
Yep.
Soapies.
All right, guys. So let's get a little technical when it comes to the ParaCrew podcast, because every team podcast and everybody, usually, I can't say everybody, but a lot of people, when it comes to their podcast, have a scheduling process and system. What is scheduling like for the ParaCrew podcast?
Okay.
Last minute. Last minute.
That's the best comment ever.
Yeah, we're all mature.
Oh, didn't even see that one. Oh, nope. The simple sounds rather inappropriate for what it is, but I suppose organic or natural wasn't good enough. They had to make the smell so demanding it's essential. Oh, snap. No, you know what? Let's bring up this comment one more time because this is fabulous.
Hold on, screenshot that real quick.
That's
before
great.
you make that thing disappear.
We got
And
Mr. Laverty
voila.
lighting up the party in the audience here.
There you go. Got it.
Got that screenshot? There you go.
Got that
There you go.
screenshot.
And
I
so
can't say what
tonight,
I just popped in my head. I'm sorry. I wanted to, but
and so if this is true, Lurker will be closing out MNSpiritCast tonight because we all like a happy ending. Just saying.
I'm getting clear that.
Wasn't me.
Lurker gets so red in the face.
That's
Be blessed.
Squeaks.
Yeah, she does.
That ain't me. That's Squeaks.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the scheduling system for the ParaCrew podcast. Do you guys have a scheduling system, or how does things work when it
In
comes
the
to scheduling
makings.
that?
In the
We
making.
do it last minute. and it's always double booked all the time.
Not always. Not always.
All the time.
It was a few times there because Matt was like, "Oh, we can do a double book show."
Double feature.
Yeah, actually, the double features, about 95% of our double features are because we double booked.
So-
And I just look at him like,
But we do have like an app we use, but we're transitioning over to a Google Calendar, which Squeakers and I have been procrastinating to get together to fix.
I know,
But
Did I hear calendar?
it's just it's just a first come first serve basis for like the guests. Whoever wants to, it's open, so anybody who wants to come on the show is welcome. And like it was stated before, sometimes you have to accommodate to your guests. So sometimes it'll be early in the morning, sometimes it'll be at night, but they're always live. That's the one thing I really like about what we have going on is every one of our shows are live. I do not like, sorry, Scott, I do not like recorded. Recorded just to me doesn't seem real. It's not, interactive. It's not, you can't include your audience with it. I mean, you could be backstage, but like with tonight, with Brian's comments, we can laugh about it. We can enjoy it, and we can enjoy the show with the guests, and that's what it's about.
I'm glad you asked this question because if you guys have checked out the lineup for Minnesota Spiritcast Season 3, Mr. Laverty is going to have a double feature next week and the following week on Minnesota Spiritcast. So you can catch Brian right here on Minnesota Spiritcast, 9:30 p.m. for the next 2 weeks, and that is on Tuesday night. So that's when Brian will be on our show. That's going to be his catchphrase for his line of message oils, Brian.
Massage oils. Hold on. Not message.
Yeah.
I'm capturing that too.
Okay. All right. I have a perfect slogan for his oil. Ready? Get this. Get your smooth on.
Sounds a little off there, Marcus. That's a poor marketing strategy. We got to talk about that.
We ain't talking about nothing, buddy. I don't want to get my smooth on. We're good here. Yes, you know what? We should label everybody's screens here 18 plus.
Might as well. We're already that deep in.
So, it's probably not the best time to say that. Just saying.
Squeak for us.
All right,
Squeak.
All right, so this,
you're killing me, Smalls.
Just to kind of wrap up that question. So basically, is it easy or is it a little challenging to do your show twice a week? I mean, when it comes to scheduling, you have a lot of people coming at you. Is it easier to get people scheduled having the show twice a week?
I don't think it's really challenging. I think it's more challenging to find and fill the spots, but for the most part, it's just, if we have a guest, great. If we don't, do an open mic or just BS or do something, because the one thing I've told them when they're starting up, and just like I told her when she was starting. Oh, by the way, before I answer that,
which starting?
To answer Dom's question, sooner than you think, Marcus.
Which? I'm confused.
I was just about to add him. You no longer have access to my studio, buddy.
I sent him the link.
I didn't even think I was on. I thought I was going to be waiting.
So this is when the podcast goes south.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about
I
was trying to think about the Lurker happy endings. And I think it's perfect. Lurker happy endings, essential oils.
Gotta get me some of that.
I'll take you where you've never. I did say this, and then on the bottom, I'll take you where you've never been before.
Oils.
That's one hell of a marketing strategy.
And every looks like a guy in the hood.
Oh my god.
Everybody.
Oh,
Oh God!
You know,
Mystical peaches and
you know,
cream for
you
everyday
know I'm
use.
kidding. Lurker, you know I'm kidding. You know I love
I know, bud.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned though about why you're taking screenshots of that. Is that a get me back or a
No, it's for
revengeful
memories.
kind of thing? Or
Nah,
you
it's
know.
for funding memories.
Okay. When somebody
You
takes
never
a
know.
screenshot, I'm always a little bit concerned.
No, we're not gonna do this. Not tonight. No.
Oh, that's hilarious. God, that's funny. That was funny. And this whole show has been Sarah laughing.
Yep. Again.
Well, you know what? That's how you know you're doing something right. Because if you come on a podcast and you don't show your fun side, what kind of show is it? You know,
Of course.
we like to have fun on the show, and just the fact that I see that we're able to make somebody laugh almost throughout the whole show, makes me feel good, because it doesn't mean people are falling asleep watching the show or tuning out because the show is boring or anything. There's a time to be serious, there's a time to play, but while on the podcast, you got to have fun with it.
Well, a couple times there, I thought she was going to fall off her chair.
I did too.
There's so many inside jokes, you guys. I can't.
Marcus at the end of my show witnessed the awkward silence at the end of my show.
Yes, I did.
And that's to be perfectly honest, that's when you're doing a podcast and you get that awkward silence. What do you do?
Usually
crack a joke.
It's like,
make something up, say something stupid.
I'll be honest, like with me and Lex doing Through the Lens, and I will say that every guest we've had has been amazing. But there have been a few guests, I'm not going to mention any names because I don't think that's right, where it was really, really difficult to pull out an answer that was more than one word.
Mm-hmm.
And and again, all the guests have been great, but that odd time you get a guest and you're asking a question and they go, "Yep," and it's like, where do you go from there? Okay, thanks for expanding. But it happens, and the professionalism that these guys carry is great, and everybody knows how I feel about them on this panel. But obviously Through the Lens and Matt's shows are a lot different because I'm more the person who likes kind of a structure, and Matt is the complete opposite, and which is great. It works for both of us, and that's the great thing about podcasts is that you can work it the way you want to work it, and it still works.
Mm-hmm.
And it really doesn't matter. And I'm still trying to figure out what Lurker's show.
It's total inside joke, dude. That's why a lot of times I'll be busting a gut because it's all inside jokes.
Yeah, it's funny. No, don't get me wrong.
I love it,
Lurker. I love your show. It's great, and I think it's going to get better and better and better. And it's nice to see you have your own podcast, and with Sarah and Mackenzie there doing their own thing. I think it's great. And and I will say, over the last several months, even when I started the page, from now till that, from then till now, there's been a huge jump in everybody's confidence in the shows they're doing, and it's been wonderful to see. And what I like the most is that you guys, my whole goal with ParaPost was for everybody to grow and everybody to get viewed, and that's what's happening. And I don't know if people are looking at the insights, but the insights are big. They're really, really big, and you guys should all be proud of yourselves. Really, really take a bow, take a clap, pat yourself on the back, do something, because you guys deserve it. Really, you do. But that's not why I'm here, is it?
Nope.
Because Matt's head's already big enough, and obviously we saw that earlier by the hat. So, of course, you know what? To be honest, Mackenzie's head could be really small. So that's why.
His head is just really this big. He's just got a very fat head.
You know why? Because there's a lot of knowledge in there. There's a lot of knowledge.
No, there's a lot of ego.
Matt, I tried. I'm sorry, buddy. I tried.
I keep hearing him whistling.
I've known him for almost 6 years. It's definitely not smarts.
Ouch.
Five almost 6 too many, huh?
Yeah.
Give or take, yeah.
Too many energy drinks per day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, when you drink 10 energy drinks
Thank
a day,
you.
it kind of kills your brain cells.
Thank you, Vicky.
So, Marcus, this is not why I'm here. Why am I here?
Well, sir, you are here for some exciting news.
Yes.
And
this is for everyone that's in the audience and for your other spirit hunter people. People? What should I use? Colleagues?
Hunters.
Hunters? There you go. Hunters.
Family.
So this is going to be a surprise to them as well.
Yes. Not a lot of people. Not. I should say not everyone.
There's 4 people that know.
There's
or
4 people
everybody
that know.
knows, but nobody knows what's going on in your right now and here.
So to kick it off, I kind of want to take a little intermission here. Because we have some exciting news for everybody. And Kara and Brandon, I know you guys are going to be very excited about this. So I'm going to take a short intermission. And when we come back, we'll explain a little bit about what this intermission was about. So what do you guys think?
How professional.
Do it.
All right. Well, everybody, please enjoy our intermission video. And we are back.
And we're joined with Fedora.
We're joined with a Fedora. Yes, we are. Now, everybody may be asking, why are we playing the Global Ghost Hunt video? Well, we'll tell you why we're playing the Global Ghost Hunt video. So, I have got some exciting news for everybody, Kara and Brendan, you guys too. I have officially been asked to be part of the Global Ghost Hunt Committee today. And of course, I accepted. And I couldn't be more happy, and I am very pleasured to be a part of it. Now, for our Minnesota SpiritCast audience here, yes. Thanks,
Come on, clap, everybody, clap.
Now, before we go any
I'll go
further,
get a cat and have them clap for you. How about that?
that works. That works. Now, before we go any further, I
Alright,
personally
okay.
want to thank Brian himself for allowing me to be a part of this and trusting me to be a part of this, because you have no idea how much of an honor it is. It's going to be an amazing event. For anybody who doesn't know what the Global Ghost Hunt is, and it's going to be a huge event. But Brian, tell us a little bit about the Global Ghost Hunt.
Really, the Global Ghost Hunt is really about, and you guys know who I am as a person, that I like to really showcase teams and really get the teams out there, investigation teams out there. So really, this Global Ghost Hunt is really about exposing all these teams and locations. And the second part of the teams, the second part is locations. We all know as paranormal investigators that a lot of these locations are unfortunately being torn down for whatever the reason may be. Sometimes it's because they can't afford it to keep up the costs and all those different things. So we really want to expose these locations so people know where to go if they're looking for a location, so these locations can get more business. So really, it's about the teams and the locations, and we're doing it over 10 days for various different reasons, because we want everybody to be seen throughout the globe. And that's why it's called the Global Ghost Hunt. So these teams are going to get massive amount of exposure. And again, it's about growing, and it's about seeing different techniques on how other investigators do what they do and what they have a passion for. So I can't wait to see if we have somebody in Australia, the way they do their investigations compared to the way somebody in the States does it. Or, we could have somebody in, Asia that's doing an investigation the way they do it, and seeing what a Canadian does it. So there's really, at the end of the day, it's really about showcasing all these teams and a global ghost hunt. So that's mainly what it's about.
Yes, and by accepting this offer to be a part of the committee is a wonderful thing, because there's so many amazing things that come with being part of the Global Ghost Hunt. I briefly talked with a few people about the Global Ghost Hunt, and I was hoping, I was wishing that I could be a part of it, because it is a truly amazing thing. And we talked a little bit about the way that it's going to go during the Global Ghost Hunt. It's a 10-day event. Each team, all displayed right there in the video, each team gets their own screen time. And there's so many things that come with it, not only for the admins and the administration, but also for the teams. It's basically what we do every single day, but being the Global Ghost Hunt, everybody around the world is being displayed in 10 days, and everybody gets their own time to shine. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's an amazing program. I can't wait to get started. And I have accepted the invite to be part of the design team for the Global Ghost Hunt for the merchandise. So yes, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
But I'm going to say it, if you don't mind, Marcus.
No, go ahead.
What I'm happy about is the whole Minnesota Spirit Hunters will also be a part of it. And really showcasing the Minnesota Spirit Hunters the way they should be.
Yes.
And so they will also be included in the Global Ghost Hunt. Your team will be going out and being a part of it. And everybody else on your team will be recognized as well. And that's what's important to me.
Absolutely.
And, awesome. I think your team should be.
And like I said, it's truly honor to not only me, but to the entire team. I'm I don't know if everybody's watching right now, but I can officially break the news to them that Minnesota Spirit Hunters is part of the Global Ghost Hunt, and I am excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to get started, and once again, Brian, I couldn't thank you enough, man, for
You're very
the
welcome.
invitation.
Yeah, hey, listen, like I told you earlier
you
tonight, I'm extremely thrilled that you and your team are going to be a part of it.
Mhm.
And you guys deserve it. You guys deserve
We
it. You guys
appreciate
work
that.
hard. And I don't see any other better person in that position than you and Jason, who's
Yes.
also going to be a part of it as well as the team leads.
Mhm.
So I'm definitely looking forward because I know you guys are going to have some plans, and let's see what happens. Again, the website should be up either by the end of the week or the beginning of next week. And the website is at this point right now, it's almost done, and it looks amazing. And
Mhm.
there's going to be a surprise on the website as well. And we have somebody that's joined our team that's going to be our spokesperson for the Global Ghost Hunt, that people are going to be surprised.
Uh-oh.
And there is going to be a video that's going to go up on the site that will display and show who this person is. And I'm excited, man, because this guy's going to really, really blow up the Global Ghost Hunt. And you guys are going to be surprised who it is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited to have this person on board. And
Yes.
I know
He's
the
struggling.
administration team. I know the well, not Marcus, and not Jason, but everybody else on the administration team knows who it is, and they're excited. And I can't think of a better spokesperson for the Global Ghost Hunt.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
Do we get a hint?
Matt, you want to give a hint?
A taste, a morsel, something.
Maybe abbreviation?
Sure.
GHI.
GHI.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that is a good one. Yes. Yeah, I'd say that's
Now
a good
you Ghost Hunters Investigator.
There you go. He's
Wait.
into the paranormal.
Yes. You guys will see when the website comes out, or when the I will say there's an administration video coming out
Creep like
soon.
this does not work.
He will be in the administration
I
video,
can't move my
and that
mic.
should be coming out soon. I'm not sure what Canada will win means, but I know what it means, but
I can't move my legs.
when the administration video comes out soon, and just to let you know, Dom, who's in the room, that you're showing his
No,
what
he
he's
was
saying.
fine where
He
was.
is a TV star. Yes, he is a TV star. I will say that.
I had a feeling about that.
And he will be in the administration video that's coming out soon. And Dom is actually working on that video.
Okay.
So that will be coming out soon.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And once the website and everything for the Global Ghost Hunt is available, we will share it on our social medias. That will be available to our audience and beyond. This is going to be an amazing event. And Brian, it was in May and October of 2023, correct?
Yes. And the great thing is May 4th to May 14th, and then October 19th to the 29th. And the great thing about May is that's the beginning of the thinning of the veil. So it's really going to help a lot of investigators while they're investigating. So that's a good thing. And the exact same thing in October as well.
And I will get you that pic directly after the show.
I told you that earlier, Marcus.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I'm slacking, okay?
Dom, just take a screenshot.
Don't do
I'm
that.
sure he'd like a better picture than
Here
that.
comes Dad.
Okay, I see how you feel.
I can send the fabulous one.
No, please don't.
The one with the pink hair?
You're fine.
Oh, good Lord. Brian knows about it?
Yeah, well, we were talking about it earlier when we were on the meeting.
Oh, okay, okay. He knows about a different one. Okay.
Oh,
That's
okay.
good.
Okay.
No, I meant the other one with the
I'm
video.
So what I will do is I'm glad that you accept, Marcus. I'm glad
There
you
you go.
brought me up. I will go down so you can finish the rest of the interview. But I can't wait to see what location that. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what locations that or the location that you're going to do. That's what I'm looking forward to, and obviously
will reach
working
out to
beside
you,
you as
Raymond.
well. So,
Yes, and I personally want to thank you in front of everybody right here for all of the support that you've done since you added Minnesota SpiritCast and Minnesota Spirit Hunters to ParaPost Network. It's been an honor streaming on ParaPost Network. We do it weekly, and for the invite to the Global Ghost Hunt, everything you do, you have brought a lot to the paranormal field. So we all
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you.
thank you,
100%.
everyone. I appreciate it. And have a great rest of the show.
Thank you, man.
Okay.
We'll talk to you
Good night,
later.
everyone. Good night.
Bye, Brian.
Bye.
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 We could make new friends.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so that is our exciting news. And I'm super thrilled, and I'm super thrilled for the rest of the Minnesota Spirit Hunters as well. Because it's gonna be an Matt, do not send.
Oops.
Please do not send.
Oops.
Oh boy.
Just kidding.
No, but so
Wow.
that's our exciting news. We're all pumped about that, and I can't wait to get started. It's going to be a absolute honor working for the
Screenshot.
Global Ghost Hunt. So, yeah. So why don't we go ahead and finish up this interview, and we'll let everybody get on with their nights and wrap up here. And like I said before, you guys are an amazing panel. Cara and Brandon, you guys are in PA right now. You guys are gonna have a lot of fun. Maybe with Mackenzie, maybe not Matt so much, but
Roasted tonight.
He's more fun than I am.
we'll see how you feel when you get back to MN. Okay. I'm sorry, Matt. You give me crap all the time. It's my turn.
So Dom, which video would you like?
No, please do not.
Fabulous.
No, please.
I'm
Okay,
ready for
I'm
it.
done giving you crap. I'm done giving you crap, Matt. All right, so I'm gonna get a little heartfelt here, just so you won't send that video. You are a truly amazing, beautiful man, and even though I don't like you, I love you, man.
It's a bromance.
Hey, is my bribe working? Dang it.
I'm always.
It's in the air. What can I say?
I'm not even joking.
And that's fine.
Actually, I'm not even joking.
That's great.
You know how
All
many
right,
times
guys,
I
well-
do try to keep a straight face on this show and I never can?
Yeah,
Hi.
yeah, uh-huh.
How'd you
All
get
right,
back
so
in?
let's go ahead and wrap up the interview because little Miss Raina Welly back here is making a mess in my house. So we're gonna wrap up. She's not throwing up on me, so get that out of your head.
Oh, man.
New merch available.
Actually, I have some ideas, but we'll talk about that later. So, all right, so let's wrap up here. And we do have a few more questions for you guys, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night here. But Lurker, this one is for you. Why do you feel it's important to have the guests on to share their story about the paranormal?
I honestly think because hearing their experience, and like Matt said, every experience is different for each individual. Not every experience is going to be the same. Plus, it gives a chance for them to be out there and share their story with everybody all across the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
everybody deserves to be heard. 100%.
Yes, exactly. And what about you, Sarah? What's your take on having the guests on to share their experience and their stories with us?
Well, basically, like what Lurker said, everybody has a different experience, even though we might have some of the same things that have happened to each other. We all go through different, and I feel like it's important for everybody to get their her stories out, because otherwise you grow up or you think you have all this anxiety from it that you want to get it out. You want to say, hey, this is what I saw. And I just feel like it's just an importance to have that support system.
Mm-hmm. And I actually think this is a great question for everybody, because everybody's take is different on some things. So, Matt, why is it important to showcase all of these people? And like you guys have said about the ParaCrew Podcast before, you don't need to be involved in the paranormal to come on and share. Whether you have a ghost story or whatever, come on the show and let's talk about it. So why is it important to showcase these people so they can get this clarity and their stories to be told?
Well, for two reasons. First, for the paranormal side, for the teams. One of my goals when I first started this was to showcase teams and groups and, just people that went out in the field that usually don't have a voice. They, a while back, it was mainly just, if you have a couple million subscribers, you would get heard. Mm-hmm. And it was just so hard to really build an audience for these teams and these groups. So that was the first thing for me. I told Squeekers and Lurker when we're starting to, bring people on, I don't care. I don't bring up big names. Big names when we come on, great. If they don't, no big deal. Like we had Michelle Rouse on. Great woman, great guest, absolutely amazing. And we reached out to a couple others, like Barry Fitzgerald, for example. He'll be on August 5th, my birthday. That means a lot to me. Mm-hmm. But some of my more amazing interviews and shows have been, and most of ours have been with some amazing people, and they have 20 subscribers, or they don't even have a YouTube channel, or have never even heard of StreamYard. And it gives them an opportunity to express themselves and to promote themselves. And that's what I love. That's what I love about it. And for people like, I know Victor Santiago, Don Vic, he was in the audience. We bring him in along with Mike Wagner, who are not a part of our field. They support it. They have some, stories and stuff like that. Give them an opportunity to ask some questions in a judgment-free environment. You're not Gracie. Who can have them answer some questions that they may have had, or have people who have just lost family members, maybe gives them an opportunity to get some closure. That's what this is about. That's, we like to have fun, yes, but when it comes down to it, it's all about our guests. Let's have some fun with the guests. Let's make them feel
absolutely. Like
Sunday's video with Brian. It wasn't about the views. I didn't care about the views. Sunday's video for his birthday was to showcase him. And I've done the same thing for Lurker. Squeakers is next. But it's just like that. It's about everybody having a chance to be in the spotlight at least once.
Mm-hmm. I want to share and help out and find some answers. Exactly. And that's what it is all about. That's what it's all about. Mackenzie, what is your take on it?
On what? I have not been paying attention this entire fucking time, by the way.
What is your take on bringing like all different kinds of guests on a show to showcase what they do, and not only work in the paranormal but just in general? What's your take on bringing certain types and different types of guests on?
It's cool.
Elaboration.
Why do you like bringing multiple people on?
Oh, I don't like bringing multiple people on. I'd rather have one-on-one interviews with people, or me and Squeakers having a one-on-one interview with somebody. I don't like having too many people, because then it just gets annoying. Like with my show last night, how I had a system set up that each individual person talks at one interval, so that way not everybody's talking over everybody else.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
I have that system set up so that way nobody gets confused as to what's going on.
I'm always confused.
What are you doing?
Just playing peekaboo with you.
No, literally, I'll be staring at the screen, and she will whip her head around, stare me in the face, like, you gonna fucking look at me or not?
We'll just be like,
get him, Raina.
All right. Well, let's get Carter and Brandon's opinion here, and then we will wrap up with the final question. Brandon, why do you think it's important to showcase so many different guests?
Well, like Matt was saying, it gives them a voice. Lets them show what they've been doing, what they are doing, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much along the same lines.
Exactly. Cara, what about you?
I say for perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see all kinds of different ways of thinking about it, or different types of areas in this field and in others.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I kind of go on the sideline of everybody here, and I think it's important because there's a lot of people out there that don't think that there's people out there that can help them with what they're going through. They may be going through something, demonic or angelic or whatever at their house, and they just have a story to share, and they have no one to talk to about it. And I feel having these podcasts and bringing anybody on and letting them talk about what's going on could be important to them because they don't have it bubbled up inside, So, yeah, and that's just a little take on that, and I think it's a really great question to ask everybody.
It's no longer Marcus's turn to speak.
Nope. Drainage show now.
All right, so just to wrap up here, this is for Matt, Squeekers, Brandon, and Mackenzie. What's up next for the ParaCrew Podcast?
World domination.
Sweet.
World domination.
One essential oil at a time. No, I think as a whole for the ParaCrew, we're just happy with where we're at. Bringing people on, having some fun, networking. I mean, yeah, obviously, views are great, but I don't know about these two, but I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I said this.
Whatever comes.
Yeah. And I've said this before, and it's, all three of us have experienced it. These videos aren't just for the guests too. They're for us.
Exactly.
It's therapy. It really is. Being able to connect with the audience. I mean, you can have an amazing, really popular guest, no name guest, or an open mic, and you have a great time. It doesn't matter. Once the camera's on, once we're live, screw everything else.
Yes.
It's just enjoy yourself and have fun.
Yep. I want to hear your stories.
One thing that I've noticed while doing Minnesota SpiritCast, it's a way to escape. It's a way to escape reality for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And that's the way I feel with paranormal in general. It's a good mind clearing tool, and it's a way to escape reality and get away from your everyday
I'm waiting for her to just smack him.
Drama and type of stuff, So I just think it's a great thing to be able to do. So, all right, guys. Well, we are officially at the end of our show, sadly, but we will be honored to have the ParaCrew Podcast back here, and we do have one more segment of Minnesota SpiritCast tonight, and then we will wrap it up here. So,
Willie.
all right, so it is time for the Spirited Question, our new segment on Minnesota SpiritCast. If for anybody who doesn't know what the Spirited Question is we look up most burning questions in the paranormal field, and we like to get everybody's opinions on them. Tonight, the Spirited Question is, why is it bad? Stop it.
Why is it bad to stop it?
Yeah, why is it bad to stop it? Why is it bad to revoke during an investigation, or is revoking ever a good thing to do?
Is he saying provoking?
Yes.
Okay, it sounds like provoking.
Yeah, I thought that at
I
first
thought he
too.
said revoke.
That's what I thought he said at first too.
Revoke.
And I'm sorry. I was sure she was going to give you a wet willy there. I couldn't help myself.
Provoke or revoke?
I think he means you said
okay.
provoke.
Why is it bad to revoke during an investigation?
You did say revoke.
Revoke. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
You just walk in and like, nope, I'm done with this. Bye. You cannot talk to me anymore. I revoke your privileges.
Why is it bad to taunt the spirits?
That's
Provoke.
Provoking.
That's provoking, not revoking.
Oh, my
Revoking
bad.
is when you take something away.
My bad. Okay, so why is it bad to provoke the
Watch
spirit?
this. So you want to revoke your question and change it. Still
He's a
here.
whisper guy.
All right. So yes,
How do you
and this is an open question.
I think one of the reasons why it's a bad idea to provoke is because sometimes they can get violent, and you don't know what you're actually going to run into until it could possibly be too late.
Exactly.
Also, there could be people with you that didn't provoke, and they could get hurt.
Yep.
No.
Exactly. Anyone else?
So, I've actually been asked this a lot. My answer is still the same, by the way. So, to me, there's two different types of provocation. There's challenging a spirit, like you ask them to move something, do something. That is a form of provocation.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's straight up disrespecting the spirits and calling them out. I have done both. The thing is when you provoke as a challenge, it's just wanting an interaction.
Yeah,
That's all it is. It's challenging. You can do it friendly. It's fine. I don't see any issues with that at all. When you start like what you guys are saying about like really getting into them, digging in, Battleship. I do that because I know what I can tolerate. I know how to do it. I've studied it. You have to set boundaries and guidelines to these spirits, and you have to let them know. If you're going to challenge, be like, no, you stay away from everybody else, and you come after me. And I have. I don't want to say the training, but I have the confidence to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And
What about me?
we'll talk later.
I've done both. Hey.
Now here's a question for you. What if you're not getting any activity and you know that it's active there? Is it ever good to maybe taunt them a little bit to see if
you can challenge them and call them out in a friendly, like for example, Marcus, you and I taunt each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We know it's out of love, though. We know it's brotherly love. That's all it is.
Or
like with Lurker, same thing, brother. You and I and everybody here.
Or like I did at the Battleship where No. When we first got there and I said, I know there's people here, like we hear you, like where the hell are you?
That's perfectly fine. Like calling them out, joking with them, stuff like that. That's fine. Mm-hmm. The only thing is, I never provoke like negatively unless there's a negative spirit there.
I don't.
You give them what they're offering. If you know that people are getting attacked, like example, there was a case I had where kids were getting attacked, scratching, biting, stuff like that. I will go in there and I will let them know flat out, you are not the biggest dog in the yard. You will step down, and I will call them out right then and there.
No.
And that's something completely different. It's an intent is what it comes down to. So, I mean, like I said, I don't see anything wrong with challenging, friendly challenges, having some fun with them, joking around with them. No problems there. When you start getting to the negative side of it, be careful. Make sure you know what you're doing because, like you guys said, it can really come back and hurt people. And just like when I was investigating in Baltimore, I challenged the spirit. I called him out because it was negative. It was a really negative and let's just say racially handicapped. I'll just put it that way. It was not caught up with modern times. So I called him out on it. I got choked.
Oh, which one was that? The one that
in the staircase.
The one that was hung across the street?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And they were all there and Mackenzie witnessed. He was a convicted felon, I guess. Well, he claims he was innocent, but most innocent men don't get hung. But I called him out because he was calling out one of the investigators. He was treating them very badly. And we could hear it. So I called him out. And I ended up getting choked. And they saw the handprints. We have it on footage. Well, I had it on footage. And I kept sitting there and I didn't react. That's the thing you have to realize, that you cannot react.
Mm-hmm.
You have to just sit there and just act like it's no big deal. Like you get scratched, pushed, bitten, be ready. You have to be ready for it.
Yes.
It's like being in front of a wild animal. You don't show that fear. If you show that fear, they're going to come at you more.
Yes.
I don't know why, but when you said that, Squeaks, I automatically thought of that guy that ran up on the kangaroo and punched him. You know the video?
Yeah, Satan's dog.
He just runs up. Just,
Yeah.
what just happened?
Punches the kangaroo.
Fucking kangaroo. And the Z-World.
Yeah, I like that one actually.
He's
That's
in
pretty
Z-World.
funny.
Awkward silence. See? Always happens.
Wait a minute. I thought this
Always
was the MNSpiritCast. This is Creepy Cryptids now.
Okay, hold on. I'll get
Excuse
the-
fucking you.
All right, guys. Well, we have officially reached the end of our show, and we have had an absolute blast with one amazing panel. And we can't look for we can't wait to have you guys back on here. Yeah, thank you.
Really?
And we look forward to having you guys back on
Literally
here
gonna
again.
hurt the both of you.
All right, so we do appreciate the panel tonight. We appreciate Brian John for the invite for Minnesota Spirit Hunters to be a part of the Global Ghost Hunt. Lots of love to the Global Ghost Hunt, all of our audience, the ParaCrew Podcast, Lurker and Squeekers and Matt, Mackenzie, Cara and Brandon. I hope you guys have fun in Pennsylvania. It's going to be a blast. Can't wait to check out the footage when you guys get back here, and it's going to be an amazing experience for you guys. So hope you guys have a lot of fun. So, but once again, thank you to our panel tonight. You guys have been amazing, and you can catch us back right here next week on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. with the one and only Brian John, where we display and get deep into ParaPost Network. So if you don't know about ParaPost Network, that's about to change next week. So we'll catch you guys back here then next week. Remember to check out all the links down in the comments for our merchandise store, for all of Matt, Lurker, Mackenzie, Squeakers links for their shows and their Facebook pages and everything else, and all of our links for all of our social media and everything else. So lots of love to the panel tonight. Thank you guys for joining and letting us interview you tonight for the ParaCrew Podcast. Check out the ParaCrew Podcast every Wednesday and Friday. You won't be disappointed. So until next week, we'll see you guys later. And remember, happy hunting.
Viewer discretion is advised.